Today we're going to go visit the grave of Mary K. Bergman. She was a very, very talented voiceover actress. So we're going to talk briefly about the story of her career and her tragic demise. Give me a few minutes and I'll let you know exactly who she was. Many of you out there watching right now probably don't know the name Mary K. Bergman off the top of your head, but I guarantee you that many of you have watched the cartoons that she has provided the voiceover talent for as children growing up, and even to this day your children continue to watch these same cartoons that have her voice on them as well. She's probably best known for providing the voiceover talent for all of the mothers on the cartoon South Park and practically all of the female characters on that show as well. So she was born June 5th, 1961 here in Los Angeles, and she probably was more interested in cartoons and how they sounded more so than any normal child because her mother was an animation cell painter for the cartoon Popeye at the time when she was living in New York. So after Mary's mom and dad, who were traveling lounge singers, they ended up settling in Los Angeles, and it didn't hurt that her neighbor down the block was Adriana Caselotti, who was the original voice of the character Snow White. We'll be talking more about that story in a future video and how she got screwed over by Disney. So anyways, Mary, as a little child, as many children do, loved cartoons and loved mimicking the voices of them. And probably her mother, seeing that she just, would go around the house mimicking the, voices of the different cartoons. I'm sure a lot of us did that as kids. I know I did. And so after she graduated Hollywood High School, which by happenstance is the same high school I went to, she attended UCLA. And after that, she decided, okay, she wants to make try to, make a career out of doing voiceover work. How Mary got her start in her career was one night she was at a party and they were doing karaoke on that particular night. So she gets on the microphone and she starts doing impersonations. Now, one of the people that were in attendance was a Hollywood scout or a manager, somebody along those lines, and they seen that she was quite talented. So they thought to themselves, okay, I might be able to get this woman some work. So they link up, and next thing you know, she is the voice character for several different cartoons, has done hundreds of radio commercials. She's done voices for Spider-Man. She's done voices for X-Men. She voiced the character Batgirl on one of the different Batman animated series cartoons, The Tick, Family Guy, Fairly Odd Parents. And she was also a character on one of the video games Monkey Island, which nobody has ever heard of, but I used to play that game as a kid. So a very, very talented woman, and also a woman with a very, very troubled mind. Also from 1989 to 1999, she voiced the character Snow White for Disney. Now, at the time she had got the job as Snow White, she had just been working at South Park, this stupid little cartoon that was developed by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. This cartoon was never, ever supposed to get off the ground. I mean, critics panned it. Nobody liked it. The humor is very, very, well, let's just say if you're sensitive, don't watch South Park. If you can't take a joke, which kind of seems today in our culture that jokes are bad. So she was kind of worried as the show got popular because Disney has this squeaky clean image, which isn't really as squeaky clean as they think they are. So she would actually, in the credits, do the voice characters under a pseudonym because she just didn't want South Park to be mixed up with Disney. Maybe she just didn't want to lose a job. And so she played it smart. I'm pretty sure when she got hired, to voice the characters that she never ever seen this coming. And as the cartoon gained in popularity behind the scenes, nobody knew how much she was suffering due to her mental illness. She was diagnosed with having general anxiety disorder and bipolar, and it would cause her many nights not to sleep. Her husband, of course, knew what was going on with her. Not sure if her friends, family, and coworkers exactly knew the extent of her mental illness, and it would get worse and worse and worse as the days and weeks leading up to her death. And to compound that, her mother had been diagnosed with cancer. And for some unknown reason, I have no idea, but she would tell her husband and her friends that she was worried that she was losing her talent, is what she would say. I'm worried that I'm losing my talent because I'm not getting as many jobs doing voiceovers as I once was. Now, at this time, remember, South Park has only been on Comedy Central for, I think, maybe 2 years. I don't think that she's seen how absolutely insanely popular South Park was going to be. I don't know exactly what year it was that it cemented itself as just never leaving. Maybe it was like a fledgling thing to her. She was kind of worried about that. And listen, it's, Hollywood and being an actor and, doing voiceover talent, everyone wants to do it. Everyone wants to get paid to be on TV. Everyone wants to get paid to be on social media. And it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world. And it's going to be a very, very tough environment to deal with, because someone is coming out there that might be better than you, and they might be a little bit better than you, and they might work cheaper than you. But it's a shame that she didn't see the potential of South Park. Who's to say that even though she would have seen it, that the inevitable would have happened? This is the Rose Luxury Apartments here in Los Angeles. And this is the final resting place of Mary K. Bergman. One soul of 1,000 voices, now an angel's chorus of bright red wings, bringing laughter and joy to the heavens above. I have heard your voice everywhere, from theaters to television, radio, and more. From Beauty and the Beast to South Park, I watched you exceed your childhood dreams. We celebrated when you became the voice of Snow White in 1989. You made me laugh with Dr. Blight, Batgirl, Daphne, and every gal on South Park. I have marveled at how many you inspired as a teacher. You made me proud when you sang Blame Canada, and it was nominated for an Oscar. I saw how you were cherished for your beauty and sensitivity, your thoughtfulness as a friend, your loyalty as a daughter, and your care as a sister-in-law. But above all, I have loved you for the 12 years that you were my best friend, the last 10 my beloved wife, and now, and for eternity, my angel. Rest in peace, Mary Kay. Very, very touching words. Very, very touching words. Very, very touching words. And, so after she died, Matt Parker and Trey Stone, they didn't do, because when you do these cartoons, you record ahead. So, they might have been 4 or 5 episodes ahead, but they didn't make any new South Park episodes with any of the female characters for at least 3 or 4 episodes, because how do you replace one woman who has voiced all those characters? And they weren't able to, so they had to hire several different voice actresses to take the place of one. And, ultimately crushing to every and all around her who loved her and cared about her very deeply. And she brought joy to millions of people through her characters and her different voices that she would do, but it was that same joy that eluded her in life. Rest in peace, my dear. Blame Canada is right. Blame Canada. All right, guys. We're out of here. Who knows how many stories are at this very cemetery where I'm at. Some famous, some not so famous. Don't forget about the cemetery next door. Bob Saget's there. I visited him. Video. I mean, it'll come out. It'll come out. But many other people that were not celebrities and maybe you've never heard of, maybe their stories should be told as well. Live but not live, still alive by the grace of God. I'm heading that way, towards Altadena. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.